Morning everyone, how are you? And welcome to my third video log. This morning's been quite tough, to be honest, and I wanted to shed I wanted to shed some light on why it's been quite tough, and also just to highlight to everybody watching my video log who thinks, really positive and everything's great, and it is, things are positive and things are going well. But when I look back to time pre giving up my job, I think those times have moulded our family into where we are today, and it's going to take a long time to readjust and to bring back into balance what happened in the years that I worked full time, which I don't wholeheartedly regret. I don't, but just to share that with you. So this morning, my daughter Effie, they do a thing in her school where if she gets a certain amount of stickers on a Friday, we get to do a well done assembly, which is lovely. So Friday I drop her off, and instead of going home, I go into the hall where all the kids come in, and she stands up and she gets a certificate, and it's beautiful. So Effie got one last week, so I was there and I managed to watch her. And it was great. She got it for her fantastic learning. They weren't really more specific than that. They should have been. Great learning, Neff. Anyway, and then this morning, Lewis. So Lewis is my 11-year-old little boy, and he is going to senior school this year. So he's been in junior school for year 3, 4, 5, and now year 6. And when he was in infant school, which is the school that Effie's in at the moment, he also had this award system. So if you got a certain amount of stickers through the week, he would get a well done assembly. Now, I look back and I couldn't make his well done assemblies, and he mentioned that this morning. He said to Effie, I used to get stickers like you do, but no one could ever come to my assemblies. And it absolutely broke my heart, because I have made these changes and these sacrifices, and to give them a better version of me, and to give them more of me in the coming years. But I can never go back. I can never go back and rectify that. And he remembers that on a Friday morning I had to shoot off to work. He remembers that. So I stood there making breakfast, just there, and he said this to Effie, and my heart just absolutely sank. And I thought, I can't give him that back. All I can do is now work harder and give them more time and give them more of me over the next 3, 5, 10 years, which will allow Lewis in particular to see that it wasn't that I didn't care, it wasn't that I didn't want to be at his well done assemblies, it was just that I physically couldn't balance it. I had to be at work on a Friday morning, I had to be in meetings, I had to be travelling probably down to London, or times I missed it when I was flying off across the world on buying trips. But I did all those things so we could afford to have the life that he then had at that age. So I found this morning a bit difficult, because I think it puts into perspective. I know I've got to flip it, and I know I have. I've got to flip it, and I've got to say, you know what, you learned from that. You learned from it, and you are giving now Effie and Austin the ability to have their mum there at the well done assembly. And not only that, I now can be there for Lewis, so at school trips, and I drop him off every morning, I pick him up every afternoon. I can do that, and I have flipped it, and I'm giving him more. It just shook me a little bit that I just thought everything was so positive, and we were all on this great bandwagon and this great, let's all look forward and not look back. But the kids, they're not black and white like that. Those mornings where he stood up at the front of assembly and I wasn't there, they moulded him. They made him who he is, and he will remember that. So I need to flip it, and I need to think positively. I know I do, because what I'm doing now is the right thing. And I dropped him off this morning, and I'll pick him up this afternoon, and we'll do something. We'll go to the park after school. It just upset me this morning when he obviously remembers the negative parts of everything I've tried to change. So I just wanted to share that with you, because I think the positivity comes out in me so strongly and so passionately that going forward, these things I've made this change, and these things are going to be positive, and they're going to be positive for my family and for my friends and for me personally. These things are going to be great. but I have to take stock and realise that the things that happened, the things that I did, and it's not, you know, I'm finding it really, really difficult to articulate, because I know parents who work really hard and, you know, don't get to go to any summers, and they never then make that change, and their children grow up really happy and healthy and, you know, content, and that's fine. But I think I've made the choice to be a mum who's around more, and I've made that choice, and that will affect Effie and Austin fantastically, because I'll be there every morning when they start school, you know, through infants, through juniors. Lewis didn't have that when he was an infant, and I need to remember that about Lewis, and I think that I need to put more time into being a great mum, and not just a great mum who takes him places and spends things on him and buys him things. That's not the mum I want to be. I want to be the mum that sits down with him and plays board games, or the mum that takes him to the park, or the mum that sits next to him in the cinema eating popcorn out the same pot. I want to be that mum, and that's the mum I believe I now can be, and the mum that I hope Lewis will remember more than the mum that wasn't at his Weldon assemblies. Okay, on that note, I hope you all have a fantastic Monday, and you can all switch around those negative thoughts into a positive, the way I'm trying to do today. Have a great day.